What's good, y'all? Welcome to I Exist Entertainment. Coming to you live and direct. It's your boy Yasir Jones. For those who don't know, I Exist is a mental health clothing line. It's a mental health label. It's a mental health podcast. It's about raising mental health awareness. You can go on Instagram, I Exist Clothing, or on Facebook, BG Jones. Check out some merchandise, the pricing, the colors. Pick one out and get it shipped to you expeditiously. We're waiting on my co-host right now. Need y'all to be a little patient with me. Tonight's topic is going to be about what if history was different. And that's on every level. What if history was different? Hold up, y'all. Co-host is trying to kick in.
Hey Terry,
Yeah, but it's what if history was different. Feel me? And then if you break the word history down, it's his story. You know what I mean? Meaning history was written by someone else other than the person that was living that life. You know, that's why I tell y'all words is powerful. And knowing your history is important. Not just your family history, not just the medical history, what runs, you know what I mean, what runs in your, like whether it be mental health, whether it be diabetes, cholesterol, blood pressure, you know, just knowing that alone is important. But history, period, like what your family been through as a people, you know what I mean? Knowing your family traditions, the culture of your people, that's very important because that helps shape your beliefs and values. That helps shape your beliefs and values. So that's very important. Being mindful of that.
Hey Terry, no Walmart selling your box.
So
Not Walmart. I mean Amazon.
So you gotta be mindful of that.
You said yeah.
If history was different, things wouldn't be the way they were now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're touching on this topic because I feel like
I wish that we could find some shit for the life.
it'll change some perspectives, you know, shift some perspectives. And that's what this podcast is about. It's about shifting some perspectives, getting you to see something different in a different light, getting you to see the picture in a different light. So what if history was different? That's what we're gonna talk about today. I'm waiting on Mr. Austin so we can go ahead and get the ball rolling. I should be here shortly. But the quote of the day, man, if, you know, everything in life comes full circle, so be mindful of what you do because karma is real. So just like history repeated, so just like everything in history, like when you look at the trend in fashion with clothes, like if y'all remember, what's it called, Coogee. Remember Coogee was a thing, and then it went out of style, then it came back. Baggy clothes that went out of style. It's eventually gonna come back. Here you go, right here, y'all. Here goes the co-host. Here we go. How you doing? The ball started. Let's go right here.
Can you hear me?
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, my bad. I was trying to get my laptop. I was trying to get on my laptop, but my laptop gave me a little issues.
Okay. It's the co-host, man, Mr. Austin Brunswick, man. representing Worldwide AI Productions. And again, it's your boy Yasir Jones coming to y'all. I already explained that the topic's gonna be what if history was different. So I'll just go ahead and dive straight into it. So what if history was different? What if black people didn't go through slavery? How do you think things would have been now?
So say that again, my good brother. I'm on right now. I'm
What
everything
if,
together.
what if history was different? What if black people didn't go through slavery?
Okay.
How do you think
Uh,
we as a people would have turned out then?
but the thing about that though, if we didn't start at if we didn't have start at slavery, I feel like there wouldn't have been no interruption.
You said there wouldn't have been a what?
No interruption. We was already in progress of pretty much leading the world. We got all the resources.
So you believe
You
that
know what
we
I'm
would
saying? Say it again.
we'd have been thriving as a people?
I think we'd have been the leaders of the world. That's what I really feel.
So you believe if history was different
Collect-
and we didn't go through slavery,
Yeah.
black people would have been leaders of the world?
I feel like we would have been leaders. We would have capitalized on the natural resources that we have, which
Yeah.
all the wars right now are about natural resources. I feel like we would have ran the world as far as the political ladder and the as far as laying the law and we would have been out. We'd have been out. People would
Right.
have came to us to get anything pretty much. Like gold, incense. Like that was us. That was our land. That was, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
feel like if slavery exists,
Yeah.
I feel like that pedestal would have been different today.
Right. Okay. So let's say, okay, if history was different, right? Like, all right, and time, like we didn't have a clock to go off of. How would you live your life?
Okay.
Would you live your life based on the daylight and nighttime? Would you base it on the tasks that you complete? You'll know when you'll go to sleep after you finish a certain task. Like
Mm.
if
Well,
history when it came to time, how you think that would play out? You think people would do that?
I mean, you're gonna be forced to. You be forced to. I mean, because right now I feel like we indoctrinated on what time is, and the days, and the 24 hours in a day, all that type of stuff. So I feel like it's just if that's the if it's the time where the Roman Empire, the Pope didn't create the Gregorian calendar and what I'm saying, the Julian calendar, all that.
Yeah.
I feel like we back in those days of we don't travel until the full moon is full light at night. The sun comes out at certain times in the morning, so stuff get done early. Language stuff got get done early before the
Right.
sun sets. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be more
Yeah.
connection to the natural world. You know what I'm saying? If history was different.
If history was different.
If history was different.
So if history was different and we didn't have, all these, different type of grocery stores and stuff like that, how do you think people would get their food? Like, how do you think people would do you think people would be eat more healthy? They would be forced to eat more healthy if history was different and we didn't came up with a different way to produce food and grow food.
What you mean by that? Like, all right, if we
Like
we wasn't
so,
colonized.
I'm saying like some of this food has got so much GMOs and hormonal stuff in there to make the
Gotcha.
food bigger so that it can feed a bigger population of people.
Yeah, fly.
So you won't need as much. You feel me? When you go
Gotcha.
in the stores.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
And it's actually changing,
7, 8,
the way the body reacts.
13.
Okay.
It's altering the chemicals in your body and it's causing imbalance. And this is why as young boys, growing up with, breasts
How much will we sell?
and, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
it's a bunch of stuff. It's a chain reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when you eat the food, what it does to your body, and then your behavior start to change. Not just in that way either. I just mean period. Like you might blow up, or you might get a disease, or you know what I mean. It's just everything happens at a faster rate.
Mm-hmm.
It was selling.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, uh, so it's like, you just gotta be, conscious of what you eat. So when I say if history was different, some of this food is growing up in labs. Some of the food is, being injected with so much stuff because it's a part of population control.
Gotcha.
So when that plays a factor, that changed the whole perspective. It's not about feeding people no more. It's about them trying to kill the people off. You understand what I'm saying? It's like one big system.
Mm-hmm.
It was different, and we never, let's just say evolved when it came to agriculture. Do you still think people will be hunting, eating a lot more plants, eating a lot more fish nowadays?
Yeah. You'll be forced to. I mean, look at people now that's ignorant, that's hungry. They do the darndest things, don't they?
True, but as I'm gonna say us as Americans, we overeat.
All the time.
Because if you
All the
look
time.
in them countries, a lot of them are not overeating.
And it's
So
easy access. That's the difference of us. We got easy access to overeating. You know what I'm saying? Like in other countries, that's a monarchy thing where you can eat freely and so much, and that's a
right,
kingly thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's Black History Month, so I mean, I had a couple things I wanted to kind of show at everybody, bringing the kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, let's do it.
Open you up a little bit. So I feel like not gonna say feel like I feel like this is more than Black History Month. This is Black Future Month, Black Present Month, and Black Reality. So I'm not talking just about blacks, but a lot of stuff stems around us. So I'm just going to go to the source.
Okay.
So
This one I want to get 4 pieces of everything.
let's start off with Black Wall Street.
Okay.
Yes.
You familiar with Black Wall Street?
Uh-huh.
All
Where,
right. So
where there was a bunch of black-owned businesses and
Yes.
like banks, schools,
mhm.
everything was black-owned, and it was for black communities. And the government blew it down, bombed it, tore it down, tore it up because it was becoming. It was like too much. It was starting their own economy.
Okay. So pretty much, we had Wakanda already.
Right.
We had Wakanda. They just burned it down. So on that note,
That's people in the back. Yeah.
oh, okay, okay. So on that note, right? Since they burned Wakanda down, right?
Yeah.
Does that explain the generational wealth gap that we got right now? Would that now? How would it look different today, basically, if we had that Black Wall Street still thriving today? How would the black communities look today?
I mean, it will be. I'm not gonna say the whole black community. I'm gonna say certain communities. It's gonna look, bigger,
Like big cities, or
I mean, certain communities. I mean, the black educated communities, stuff like that. Like they gonna look up to scale, different. Their neighborhood gonna be different. It's not gonna really be a lot of crime. But when you go to the hoods, it's gonna be a huge gap. It's gonna be a gap between all three.
now when you say crime, right? Then it's gonna be less crime. Why would it be less crime?
In that community,
Yeah.
because they building, they're all about uplifting.
So that.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody's invested. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's invested. Everybody's opening up a business to give back to their community, to uplift their community.
Just like how the
mindsets in that community. And that's why I say
okay.
What is?
So basically the black community be thriving right now. We'll be clean, it'll look clean, it'll look like attraction right now.
Some black communities will be thriving, not all.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be realistic. Because you still got people who doing what they want to do, and they're okay with what they're doing. You got some people who are okay with struggling. To be honest with you, I mean, as crazy as it sounds,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. You just
but on that note though, that
okay.
I feel like
If look at this, right?
Okay,
If welfare wasn't a thing, where would those people be?
they wouldn't have that in their mindset. They would have to get into the hospitals, the luxury living, the airplanes, the own banks, they will have to start educating themselves because that handicap thing, that handicap lifestyle is not even in existence.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if history was changed, if Black Wall Street was around, I believe,
Yeah.
I feel like already because we're powerful like
See.
beings,
Yeah.
I feel
Juice.
like that'll be attraction, some attraction to see like basically all of us having money, good, family good. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I feel like that'd be crazy. It'd have been too much, man. It'd have been too much. It'd have been
Juice on TikTok said, but I do think black people hate on each other and
yeah.
can't be together, which is always true. That has always been a thing
Yep.
where, you know, us as a people, that come from the Willie Lynch theory. That's exactly where that come from.
Mhm.
And that created the psychological, mindset of the crab in the barrel effect.
Okay.
That's where that come from. I believe that a lot of black people do hate on each other for no reason. No reason, but that's trauma for you living in the body. You don't have to go through slavery in order for you to adopt that trauma. It's in your DNA. They just passed it down, and that's like the craziest part. That's the craziest thing about trauma. So that's like a huge thing. Um, and that's what this is about. Mental health, and explaining that and helping people who don't have a voice. Advocate for them and explain things to those who have a misunderstanding on things or don't understand things, period, as far as when it comes to dealing with the mind in that aspect. Um, but yeah, if history was different, a lot of things, Juice says, why is that like that? We both could be getting money, but someone always got to be the brain or face. It's always a thing. That's because, everybody can't be the
Well,
chief.
I feel like this comes to my next topic, which y'all talking about right now. What if the black leaders was never assassinated?
You said, what do black people what?
What if the black leaders were never assassinated?
What if black people what? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, they was just like,
It's
go ahead, say it again.
yeah, it's kind of loud. I said, what if black leaders were never assassinated?
Oh yeah, I think it'd be a big difference because now you got somebody that's leading the minds, directing the minds.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
So like in reality, right? When you remove the general, what happens to the army?
What happened is what?
When you remove the general, what happens to the army?
They stop fighting. They don't got nothing to fight for. Well, that depends. Like if you believe in something greater than yourself, you know what I mean? Because you do got certain armies where you cut the head off, another one come in.
Yeah, bro, it's loud. You don't loud. Your background.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Yo, can y'all keep it down over there? So, so if the head get cut off, you got them armies where the head get cut off, another one grows. You know what I mean? Like it's always somebody to take that place. So when you speak on those terms,
Gotcha.
that's like I feel like that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like look at China, they got a lot more foot soldiers, right? So you get a general, they already got one that was already in training or already ready, just ready to step up. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? They always, you know how they say it's always a boss
Mm-hmm.
over top of somebody,
Right.
and that's how I see it.
Gotcha.
Um, but if history was different and it wasn't so much division, and everybody was together, like because at one point in time everybody was one.
Right. We had a successful system. We had one.
And I ain't just talking about as like black people. I'm just saying period in general.
Mm-hmm.
Before
Mm-hmm.
everybody started branching off and exploring the earth and all that. But see, that's another topic.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. But if history was different, we see things a lot differently because a lot of the stuff that we're getting is from the books. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We get it's in the books, like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the information. So that's why I say if you break the word history down, it's his story. This is someone else's story. Who's
Mm-hmm.
rewriting these books? Who is dishing out these information? Who's controlling the narrative? You know what I'm saying? So if history was
Mm-hmm.
different, who narrative would it be based on? It would be based on traditionally from family to family, what each family, was taught, and according to their values and their belief system. So a lot of things would be different. If
Yeah, I
you look
mean,
at
definitely you'll have a
how we
culture.
are, just when you say because it's Black History Month and you take the Black perspective, if you look
Mm-hmm.
at how we are over here in America and how they are still in Africa and how they can still run their lineage down and run their history down and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
that's a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, if somebody that's from there come over here, it's going to be a culture shock.
Because over
And
here we
you're going to
we
look
was
at
destroyed differently.
you're going to look at African Americans with this with some disgust because of what you've seen on TV and what you see when you finally get over here.
Mm-hmm.
And compared to what you used to, where it's all love, and then it's because on both sides we only see the worst of each other,
Yeah.
and that is someone who is not Black controlling the narrative, right?
Right. And somebody intentionally is interrupting progress.
Right. And
They
this is the
intentionally interrupting it.
if you can control the image of the people, you can control the people.
Right.
So,
Right.
and a lot of times we just get stuck on what we see, and that's why so much stuff being pushed in front of you. This is why I
Mm-hmm.
think the perception can be, is a lot of people reality.
Mm-hmm.
You just believe what they see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying this is why I said you can have knowledge of something but lack understanding.
Yeah. Not knowledge and understanding is two different things in life.
For sure.
Two different things.
But if history was different and then we didn't have so much technology, what would people be using? What do y'all think
Elder,
people are using?
elders,
Huh?
wise counsel. I said elders, wise counsel, libraries.
A lot more people will be speaking different languages. I believe so.
You said
Um,
different language.
yeah, a lot of different people will be speaking a lot more different language because it will be more interaction between people. There wouldn't be no computers and no, you know what I mean, no laptops, not so much cell phones, not so much
Mm-hmm.
technology. So whereas though
Mm-hmm.
it would go back to how it used to be, where everybody has to be vocal,
Mm-hmm.
be vocal to get the things that you want, you need.
Mm-hmm.
So if history was different, it wasn't so much technology, it would force people to, come out their shell a little bit and build their social skills. We're social creatures.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If history was different, do you think that the roles that men and women play today would be the same?
Like, what you mean? Like,
Man,
because I mean,
a man would be overly macho, and a lot more women would just stay at home and just do house duties, and a lot of men just be out there just exploring and just doing whatever they're doing. And
I mean that,
I feel like more women back in the day were submissive.
but that come with the culture too. You got to think over here. We got a whole nother country's culture, pretty much put in us as a young age, basically.
But it
So,
wouldn't be that if history was different.
if history was different, we'll be in another culture that will be okay in our mindset that this is okay, this is normal. So if history different, I mean, it'd be a lot of women that's gonna hate this, but shit, it'd be it'd be a lot of polygamy going on.
No, for real.
It
Sir,
would. It
real.
definitely would. It definitely would. We wouldn't be worrying about the things that we worrying about in this country. Like, for instance, a bill for every damn thing that you can think of.
See, Juice made a valid point. He said the government needs social media to lead the youth. Like they glorify the street movement, but the street movement is what keeps the people divided. So
Hmm.
it's definitely a mind game. It's definitely
But
it's,
I feel like the street was created by them. So
you said
why
you
would they, why would they want us to leave the streets?
yeah. That's
Why
very
would they?
that's very valid.
Yeah, keep it trenchy. Keep it gutter. Keep it like that. That's how
Yeah,
they looking at it. It's money.
nah, for real.
It's
Yeah,
money because think about it. When the Black Panthers was around, right? You couldn't sell or do uh or a trap or anything around the neighborhood like that. They was on your ass. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Nah, we not doing that back here.
Right.
Miss such and such over here. You know what I'm saying? But the more and more people fell in love with the ego of shit, I could make this couple dollars selling this poison. Shit, I'm good. And it just trickled down to everybody now. Everybody want a piece of it. Everybody want a piece of the double pie. But if
Yeah,
history was different, I feel like if the Black Panthers was still around, I feel like the hood, the neighborhoods would be it'd be a different world. It'd be a different world.
that's if history was different in the Black
Yeah.
Panther.
We would definitely have a community where you have to knock on the door to come in. Like it wouldn't be easy to walk in, come in there.
If history was different and we were still those same spiritual creatures, very spiritual creatures, how do
Okay.
you think we will be as a whole?
I feel like we still spiritual though. I feel like we still spiritual. I just feel like we disrupted. We being interrupted basically by that's like you said, social medias, the new technology. Like it's disconnecting you from your soul basically, which
Yeah.
is life is about elevating that soul, the experience, all that. So I feel like disruptions. If we didn't have those disruptions, I feel like like how it's supposed to be. Like the examples, like what I'm saying, like them people. What you saying, based on spiritual beings? Yeah.
For sure.
So
Uh,
the
yeah.
world would be a better place. The world would be a better place if disruptions was cut off right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if history was different, how do you think schooling would be?
schooling will be a lot better because it will be life based. Like for instance, right now I can say China is a great example of ancient ways being still brought down. Meaning kids at 3, 4 years old are cracking eggs and cooking breakfast and toasting, putting toast in the toaster, and you know what I'm saying? Learning fitness, learning when you get sick, well, how to make concoctions and things like that. That's life. That's school. You need to learn that stuff. How to navigate, talk to people. Um, basic life skills. I mean, math is a part of life. Um, I feel like life would be a whole lot better if it went back to that basically. It would teach people how to be people instead of basically being like a damn slave to the system. Basically, know how to write your name, know how to count to 1, 2, know how to pay your bills on time. Like that's pretty much school right now. How to work for somebody. So I feel like if that was changed, if that was cut out, this education system, oh
Yeah.
man,
So if history was different, how would religion be nowadays? Do you
how
think
would
it's any
religion
religion
be?
still?
Uh, well, if history was changed, what you mean? Like if America never came through?
Right.
So if America never came through, I mean, shit, it'd be still popping off right now. War, country wars and all that.
Do you think it'll
I
have?
feel like huh?
Do you think it'll be half and half Muslims and then half Christians?
I mean, that's how it was before America was born. The world was half this, half that.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
So,
if we had to rewrite history, right, and history was different,
I,
right, and like what what type of people do you think the world would be filled with? Do
if
you
who?
think filled with loving people, hateful people, like compassionate people? Like if history was different, think that it'd be so many mental health. It'd be a mental health crisis like it is today.
No, mental health right now is because everybody disconnected from the truth for themselves.
Hmm.
That if history was changed, there would be no mental health. People would know. who they are, how where you fit in life, because that's how tribal and that's how our humans are. We pack people, we pack animals. So we will be around that. You will be around council. You will be around elders. You will have all that correct stuff in life. That's how it's supposed to be to direct the next generation. So, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm. That makes a lot of sense
You know what I'm
because you're
saying?
about there every step of the way.
Yeah, yeah.
And you only gonna do what your people do.
Come on.
So
So
yeah,
look at and a good scenario is look today. Or the YNs, where are they looking at to become that? The ones before them.
right.
You know what I'm saying? They just doing what they see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if ain't no elders spitting game to me, I don't respect elders.
Right now, it's a lot of people who don't respect elders.
Hey, and that's the order. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, if you look at any other race, that's how the family, community, everything is structured like that. You got your older who's
I
directing
think
y'all with the finances and the.
I think it's because of what the elders are doing compared to what the
Mhm.
younger people are doing.
Well, our elders were intentionally interrupted. You know what I'm saying? So they had a whole fight that nobody can say that they can relate to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it was throwing. It was they had all types of stuff thrown at them. Drugs to the taking your wife away. You can't be in the crib. Uh, yeah, they do all types of that.
So if history was different and we didn't have a government, it'd be a lot more homeowners, wouldn't it?
Homeowners, landowners, shit, peace. Cause I got everything. I'm good.
So that's almost damn near like a perfect society because if
I
the
mean,
government
now I
no,
ain't gonna say perfect,
access to the same stuff,
right?
you know what I mean?
Say again.
Without financial obligations, I mean.
Exactly. Without the obligations of paying
So
that person, paying this person, paying that person.
with that being
Not life
said,
wouldn't be like that.
do you think homelessness will still exist?
Hell yeah. Lazy people exist.
You said what?
Lazy people exist and will always exist.
Oh, so you think people that are homeless, all people that are homeless are lazy?
So most people who are not homeless yet, right? You either stand with somebody right now, munching off of them, leeching off of them, right? So God forbid something happens to that person that you're staying with. What happens to that person next? You know what I'm saying? So homelessness will always be around. I feel like history won't ever change that. That comes with laziness. Like, yeah, that's just lazy people. They don't want to get to it. They don't see no vision of getting to it. They just, I'm cool. I'm all right with people giving me things. And I'm good with crumbs, and I'm good with wearing the same clothes for a week.
So you
I'm
saying hard,
good.
but that hard times do fall on people, and
Now, mental health is real. Like some people can't help their situation. I'm talking about lazy ass people who just, I'm cool. I'm fine. I don't. I'm good. There's people out there like that. There's a lot of them too. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them.
somebody say I disagree because some people cannot help their situation.
That's what I meant. There are some people who have issues, mental health. That's separate than laziness.
Yeah,
Yeah, laziness and mental health is two different things.
yeah. But you know how we say it takes a village to raise a child, or it takes a village to to get there.
So, but
I
what happens when that child is rebellious?
You said what happens when that child is rebellious?
It's rebellious.
All right, then we figure out what the root of the problem is.
Trying to come on, go ahead,
Uh,
figure it out. Go
we,
figure
we,
it out now.
we figure out what the root of why the child is being rebellious. What's causing this?
I mean,
And
we could investigate. We can get the CIA, FBI, everything. But rebellious is in the heart. You just don't want to follow the rules.
So Rolling Thunder said there are lazy people who go to work every day.
Lazy people. So how that I don't get that. How you lazy then? You getting up? You doing what you got to do.
Well, that's because it's like kind of obligatory.
When I
I mean,
say lazy, I mean you got people who will lay around because somebody else will pave their way in life.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's lazy. Like me getting up for work, I'm
Yeah.
sweating at work. I'm not. I'm paying the bills. That's. I don't see that lazy. I might not like my job, but that's not lazy. I still got up. I still accomplished something. Lazy people don't accomplish nothing. They don't achieve shit.
Yeah.
They don't want to achieve nothing. They're just lazy. If we gotta grow the harvest, the food, and we know the harvest season coming up, and you're lazy and don't want to get up because I'm tired. We gonna suffer not eating because you lazy ass don't want to get up.
So let me ask you this: if history was different, right, and the government say everybody got to give a piece of their check, if
Uh-huh.
everybody got to give up a piece of their check, like instead of going towards taxes, it goes towards the
Mhm.
homeless, so they can rebuild, the society, help rebuild society
Okay.
in that way.
Okay.
Would you be okay with that?
Just giving the homeless money.
It goes towards housing, like it don't go
Oh yeah,
directly, but it
yes,
goes
yes,
towards so
yes.
like
That's committed.
miniature homes for homeless
That's
people,
committed.
and then they
Yeah.
set up a government program so they can get on their feet. And the
Yeah.
program is like for to like up to like 9 months.
Yeah, that's committed. Yeah, we need that. We need stuff like that. We need stuff like that.
So you would be
Yeah.
cool.
That's what's needed. That's what's needed.
Oh, okay. So Rolling Thunder said, "I'm speaking on the people who do go to work, but they do just enough to keep the job."
I
Juice said,
mean,
"I would have a problem with that."
yeah, is his bills paid? That's his business.
He said, "If the bills say what?"
I said if his bills is paid and he's okay with what he do at his job, I don't consider that lazy. He's just content. That's a content dude, or
He also said, "I think the government should be able to do that without the people money." Yeah, I
True.
mean,
That is
that's
true. That's true.
they got enough money. I mean, they make the money, they print it. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, we give guns away as far as the army exchange and the weapon exchange. We give
Hmm.
we it's billions and billions of dollars in that exchange every damn day. Like I don't. We got money. We got money.
So if history was different, right,
Right.
and America wasn't the richest country, do you think, like, if all the countries contribute and put all their money in the same pot and all the money was equal, do you think that there would be third world countries?
So if every country put money in a pot,
No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that.
uh,
Do you think that if all the countries' money were of equal value, that there would be third world countries if history was different?
no, it wouldn't be
No?
nobody left out.
Huh?
It wouldn't be nobody left out.
Right. And what would
Yeah.
that
No,
mean
it
around
just
the world?
mean that all trade is fair. All trade is fair. What you got is what I got. Like that's what pretty much. Yeah, that's how it sounds like. It
Would
wouldn't be
homelessness
that.
exist?
Say it again.
Would homelessness still exist?
Yeah, it would. It would.
And would that be due to laziness or would that be due to
Pure laziness.
insufficient funds?
Just pure laziness, brother. Pure laziness. Pure laziness. That's all.
Okay, so let's say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If history was different, right? And they didn't come up with the whole prison idea, the blockchain idea thing, right? What type of society do you think we'd have? Do you think it'll be a lot more respectful people nowadays because is people can just do whatever they want to you, or do you think it'll just be like in Wild Wild West, like it's a lawless land and
You said block like a blockchain?
yeah, like when I say that, I mean like okay, back in the day, you might have let's just say like how white people back in the day when it was very racist and highly racist time, and these groups of people targeted, certain communities, and let's just say, uh, my cousin's a cop, so he hires our other cousins, like seven of our other cousins. Now they are cops, and they're policing the black community. Understand what I'm saying? Then
Uh-huh.
their dad is a judge. You know what I'm saying? So everything is going in their way in their favor. This is the blockchain. This is the effect. Blockchain effect. They're in control of the whole justice system. All the justice system is their relatives, and it just goes on and on. But it travels into other categories. You understand what I'm saying? It goes into not just it goes into the housing market. It goes into the justice system. It goes into food, like food suppliers and agriculture. It just goes into every aspect of life. This is the blockchain effect, and then it just grows. Let me ask you a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if history was different, right,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't be so many people who don't look like us in every position of power. If history was different,
What part of history? Like what time period?
excuse me.
I said what time period? Like what part of history?
If slavery didn't exist, like if slavery wasn't a
Oh,
thing,
yeah, I mean,
it'd be multiple people of nationalities and those very high positions of power. It
mm-hmm.
wouldn't be predominantly dominated by one race.
Mm-hmm.
Because people don't want to work. So yeah, okay. Lou Hargrove said people don't want to work, bro. Nah, for sure.
It's laziness.
I mean, it's a lot of people who don't want to work, but it's a lot of people who's willing to work.
Yeah.
They got to. It's mandatory.
It's
Whether
not,
they pay the cell phone bill, but like
right.
when you got kids, like it's so many people who really don't want to work, but they just go to work for their kids. Like their kids is their why. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, we would have equal opportunity if racism didn't exist. True, because all the systems would be different. It would be
Mm-hmm.
fair. The balance, the scale would balance out. Everything would be fair. I believe that. So all right. If history was different, right, and they didn't build all these roads, and they didn't fix up, you know what I mean? They didn't do all these towers, and, things of that nature. The cities would look a whole lot different. The states would look a whole lot different. If history was different, how would y'all think that would have played out? What would today's world look like?
I mean, it still would be cities and stuff.
For sure.
Yeah, it still be
It
cities.
would be as nice as it looks now, I believe.
I mean that depend on the what they call it, the eyes and the eye. What they say,
What's that?
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah, so I might look at concrete like this is trash, but I might look at a sculpted building, a traditional one, like yo, this is what art, this is what beauty is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Sure.
So,
So if money wasn't important, but social status was, how would that look in today's society?
social media,
Like, like,
it it'll look like social media.
no, because what makes a celebrity a celebrity? Is it
Fame,
the people that they know,
fame,
the
the
money
like,
that they,
the views, the people, everybody's looking at, watching and seeing what they're gonna do next. It's the fame.
but check this: if everybody could do the same thing,
Hmm.
which they can now, and well, yeah, now that we put it like that,
That's why I like social media in a way.
because everybody can do the same thing right now as we speak.
Yeah, you can.
They're financially able to.
Or have the willpower to, because you can do it, get with the algorithm and all that, but that's a whole nother, yeah.
But that's if it's, so if history was different and we was on one accord, right? So you know how the ants got a queen, and then everybody takes their uh, instructions from this queen. let's just say if history was different and there was one person that lead the people of every culture and ethnicity, do you think that things would be different in today's society? Just so let's just say if Martin Luther King was still alive and
Uh-huh.
he was leading the people, would we be different as a whole? Because we take instructions strictly from him.
Yeah, we would do let's say a black community, hell yeah. We will have elders actually correcting us and letting us know like, you know what I'm saying? We got an agenda to fulfill instead of just us single like individually worrying about our own world every day we wake up, everybody worrying about their own thing going on, this and that, blah blah blah.
Okay.
It'd be more on like, don't forget the mission, y'all. Don't forget the mission.
Ask your question, Juice. He said, let me ask a question.
Okay,
It got
listen.
nothing to do with this, but he want to know. Ask your question, Juice. I'm curious as to what you want to ask. So yeah, so do you think all the other, ethnicities and cultures will get along?
Uh I mean we human I'm going off of human nature. How about
With
that?
all the money who spent, Juice?
Hmm?
No, Juice, he said he had to ask a question, but then he said with all the money he spent, who, Martin Luther King? So if history was different, how would the world look? So if there wasn't racism, if there wasn't
We
uh,
would America wouldn't exist.
if the economy wasn't so messed up, if it wasn't so much separatism, if it wasn't so many gangs, if it
If
wasn't,
um if slavery never existed, America wouldn't exist.
it wouldn't be America. It just would be called something else.
No, it wouldn't exist. Who was gonna build it?
The people who was already over there. I mean, it was people over there already. So
Then I mean it was slavery then. It's slavery again. Because you had another people say, I had a vision of this land and I need others to build this for me. But if that never existed, then who was gonna build it?
I mean, there were Indians over there.
But their vision was more natural. I'm gonna keep this natural. You know what I'm saying? Traditional. We ain't worrying about no the city buildings and
Additionally, there were some blacks over there too as well. Like
right.
this is why I say when people before people
Hmm.
migrated somewhere in the world,
Right.
there were people in every part of the world.
Right. But also the vision like the vision that they had that it was here already.
Uh huh.
They wasn't worrying about no developed cities with the sewage lines and the power lines and the grid and they wasn't worrying
Uh-huh.
about that.
So
So
I just sent just an invitation. So he
it's
said
my okay.
I guess he's gonna get on there. He's gonna ask a question. He got
Okay.
some questions
Okay.
that he been thinking about.
We like
So
questions.
like okay, so if history was different, right? Like and hold up, Rolling Thunder said there would have been conflict because everyone's culture is different, which means everyone wouldn't. Well,
That's true. That's true.
but I said, well, history is different. Remember, I said if everybody had to move like the ants did, like the queen, give the instructions to the whole crew.
So you talking about like Nimrod days when everybody was one language,
Right. Yeah.
one king, like that was Nimrod days back in Babylon. It was
Right.
one king, one language,
And it's
my
just
my way
whoever
or no way.
the
Yeah,
king control the narrative.
right.
Understand why some cultures do what they do. Yeah, out of respect for tradition, um, and just being different and the pride, the love of their pride, the love of their people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What they represent. And
Represent your pack. Represent your pack.
yeah, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing.
We pack animals.
Yeah, that's huge, man.
Mhm.
Um, if history was different, right? How do you think the black family household dynamics would be if history was different and that Willie Lynch theory never happened? and
Um,
and the prison
but
system.
where will we be though? Will we be here? Like I don't. Well, where will we be?
What would we be as a, like a family, the family unit,
In the unit?
units? A lot of majority of black households, it's always the mom and not the dad. You understand what I'm saying? Because the dad is normally in prison or the streets, or
Mm-hmm.
there's bitterness between the two.
Mm-hmm.
So if it wasn't so much, if stuff never happened in the past, then stuff wouldn't be the way it is now in the future
Mm-hmm.
or the present, because the mindsets would be different.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I say that.
The proper leadership.
Where would the family units be now? Would it be a lot more black people together, like in the household?
Yeah, families. The whole block be families. Um, it'd be markets. The corner stores would be the family. Uh, I mean the whole basically your community is pretty much your world, pretty much.
Yeah.
If it was different, if the history was different, our communities would be our world. Like everything's there. Our fruits and vegetables, the tree, we growing the gardens, we working together.
Right.
And we bringing the money that we make outside the community back into the community. And I'm only saying this because we can see today that these other people are doing that same exact thing, but us. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if history was changed, we wasn't interrupted, I feel like we would have been on that, still been on that basically.
Right.
Yeah, like this our community. Like we don't need y'all. We don't want no Chinese. We don't want. We got our own shit. Like we do our own thing over here. Like it'd have been like that.
Right. You ever seen, what was it, Demolition Man, the movie?
Sound familiar? I never. Nah, I never. I don't know. I gotta see it. I gotta. Yeah.
Wesley Snipes and it was like a perfect society. Like they had a
Okay.
perfect society until and Sylvester Stallone.
Okay.
It was like a perfect society until um, they unfroze Wesley Snipes, and he was from the '80s era. That era, where violence and everything was a thing.
Gotcha.
But in that new system that they had, where the inmates were frozen, and it was a perfect society, like literally a perfect society. Um, from the cars they drove in the cars to the information about them, how they can just get scanned by the car,
Mm-hmm.
um, like in the food place, like everything. The whole setup was like it was a perfect society. Like nothing went bad until they unfroze them. They had to systematically make something go bad because the people wasn't programmed or nothing. Like they ended up shipping them or nothing, but it was a perfect society.
Mm.
Does such thing exist nowadays? Like if history was different, would a perfect society exist?
I mean,
If you take away the things complicated that complicated today's society, if you take away those things, would a perfect society exist?
I mean, but what? Because perfect is a broad word. So perfect meaning like everything in harmony, like a syncing, like
So
that
when
can
I say perfect, I mean like more harmony, like
more
less
harmony,
violence, less
less violence.
less.
Everybody working together for good, like thriving, kids that just it's beautiful. It's just peaceful.
Do you think people will be more happy?
If that was going on,
Yeah. Do you think people will be more happy?
absolutely.
If you take a lot of the stuff, if history was different, and you took a lot of that stuff out that happened
Mm-hmm.
over the years, do you think people will be more happy?
What you think?
Yeah, yeah, I believe that. I believe people be more happy.
I believe people will be more happy because it's less stress, it's less worry. They're not so much worried about being judged. You know what I mean? That's anxiety right there. You know what I mean? Worrying about what people thinking about you. If everybody's happy and everybody's always upbeat and positive, then like how they say nowadays, right now, that we have more negative thoughts in our head throughout the day than we do positive. So every day is a battle with each person. You battling your insecurities. You battling you know, you know, these realities that you're living in. You're battling your anger, you know, your anger issues. If you got that, you're battling your depression. You're battling so much
Mm-hmm.
that people don't even know that you're suffering from because you're keeping a fake smile on your face, or you know, you're keeping quiet about it and trying
Mm-hmm.
to get through it as best as you can without breaking down, because you have to. Because if you don't do for you and you don't make stuff happen, then you're gonna be SOL. You're gonna be SO,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be looking at them like they're a bum, or you know, they just gave up on life.
Mm-hmm.
Their will was good,
Right.
you know, and that's a huge thing.
Oh, I got a question for you.
Absolutely.
So history was different, right? And I'm gonna be very specific. History. If let's say Christianity never left Europe,
Okay.
how would the world be?
You would still have traditional practices.
What will people be into? What will be normal? What will that's what I mean. Like what will be
You would still have traditional practices.
huh?
You would still have traditional practices. Traditional practices like one of the oldest ancient, you know, religions like Ifa. You would have different, you know, people worshiping the different goddesses like they did in ancient Egypt. Um,
Huh?
um, you would have people worshiping different kings, statues. You know, it was still because you still had ignorant society, so you would have a lot of different people worshiping a lot of different things
Gotcha.
um,
Gotcha.
because of lack of guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and due to that, it would be controlled chaos in those specific environments, in
Mm-hmm.
those settings,
Mm-hmm.
because whoever's in leadership will control the narrative of the people, as they used to do back in those days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, do you know that back in the day in history, right? They said that people was worshiping statues and stuff, and then this one guy got arrested, and they asked him, "Why did you do what he did? Why did you do what you do?" He pointed to the statue next to him and said, "Because God told me to do it." And after that day, they started worshiping statues. It took somebody to commit a crime for them to actually realize that, like, how crazy they was thinking during those times. Um, but
Well,
these
you
is the
know that's why
so
that period that's why that pyramid in Egypt the nose was shot off.
mhm. So
The
this is why
this
it's
the
very
prove.
important to study your history, to get to know different anthropologists and
Mm-hmm.
archaeologists, and see how they recover things, see how they date things back in time, and see the meaning behind it, and what cultures it belong to. Because it might belong to your culture, and you don't even know it. This is why it's good to know your history, because your history is connected. Your past is connected to your future. So it's good to know that, because you'll have an idea of where you're going, not just by you planning your goals and the things that you want to do in life, but you know what's been done. You know what I mean? You know what's been tried. You know what's been proven. You know what runs in your family, like things that your family do. Like y'all known for this. You know what I mean? You might even got some money that's been owed to you. So it's like it's important. That's why it's important to just to know your history. You know what I mean? Study your bloodline, know what's in you in your DNA, because you might be 60% Asian. You know what I mean? And you don't know this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the
Get
whole
to
time, like
get to know
you've
your family.
you've always felt attracted to their culture. Whole time it's living in your bones. It's living in your DNA. It's running through your blood.
Mm.
So this is why it's always good to, go ahead and, get in tune with yourself and get to know what's going on with you. So, the topic was, history was different. And we had a lot of, different questions, a lot of crazy
Mm-hmm.
ideas about if history was different. We coming to a close on the podcast. So I just want to, sum it up and wrap up a few things. So if history was different, how would the world look? How would people, act? What would society, be like? What would be the narrative? What would be the standards? You know what I mean? How would things be determined? Who would we be as a people, as a community? You know what I mean? If history was different. what would happen if it wasn't slavery? What would happen if it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, what would happen?
Yeah, what would your life
If
look
it
like?
wasn't so many religions, what would happen? You know what I mean? If it was still kings and queens, real heavy, all around the world, what would happen?
Mhm.
These are just some thoughts that we've been thinking. You know, it's your boy Yasir Jones representing I Exist. Again, as y'all can see, I got the bubble coat on. Check the hat out. You know what I'm saying? Nice and blue. Go ahead and cop up and get your fit at I Exist Clothing on Instagram. And also go to BG Jones on Facebook. Check out the prices, check out the colors, and go ahead and get it right. This is my co-host, Mr. Austin Brunswick,
Mhm.
representing Worldwide Innovation. Go ahead and get up. We thank y'all for coming out. We thank y'all for your time. We thank y'all for your thoughts and opinions. We'll catch y'all next time. All right, Aus, baby.
All right, good brother. All right, Mason.
All right.